Okay, so let me explain to you. Okay, so when you blend colors, just kind of eyeball it. That's the only way I can really explain it. There's no science behind it. For instance, if you look at my face and you put up, let's see, where's nutmeg? Nutmeg. Okay, doesn't that look pretty similar? But it looks a little bit dark. So what I generally do when I'm doing my own face is I'll put nutmeg and I will put golden tan, which is right here, and mix those two together, and that creates the perfect shade. Now, the way I like to do it for myself is I do four drops of nutmeg and 2 drops of golden tan. That creates the perfect look for me. So when you're doing other people, just kind of eyeball it. It's really easy. The only thing is that be pretty sure about the color that you want to use before you do it, because once you spray it on, it's kind of difficult to take off. You do need a makeup remover wipe, but even then you have to really, really scrub. And even for me, in my experience, I've noticed that when I do take a makeup remover wipe and use it on my face, I do have to go back and wash my face at least 3 times to take off that makeup, because it really is flying into your pores and sitting there. So it's a pain if you don't get it right the first time. So get used to that, and I mean, no one's going to get it right in their first time. You have to experiment. I really, really encourage you, if you have this or if you're planning on buying this, to really try this in every skin color, because that's so important. And another thing that you can do is, a lot of people have pigmentation in their forehead and their chin, so you can do their cheek area in one color and go maybe a shade darker or whatever for their chin and their forehead, and it still ends up looking incredibly natural, so that's really nice. Now, there are two types of foundation that you can buy. You can buy the paramedical type, which is really, really high coverage, like extremely high coverage, or you can buy the regular Glamour. That's what I got. These are the smallest ones available. This is 0.25 fluid ounces, so it's really tiny, but this goes a long way. It really, really does, and I don't understand why. I mean, I get that you only use so little at a time, but this really goes a long way. These are $12 a piece, and there are 2 more sizes you can get. You can get a middle size and a large size. I think the highest price is like $36 or something like that. So what I did do, which I want to explain to you guys, is that when I was buying this, I was having some problems with their website, so I called them personally and I was placing the order with them over the phone, and I mentioned that I am a makeup artist and this is so expensive, is there anything that I can do, and then she was like, yeah, so I'll give you a discount right now, the 30% off that you would get if you had the Dinair Pro card, but while I'm giving you this now, just send in your stuff and I will make you sure you get a Pro card. So if you are a makeup artist and you really need to use this for some event, go ahead and buy it, order it over the phone, tell them you're a makeup artist, ask if you can get the discount, and then you can send in your stuff, because for me, I got this specifically to do pageant makeup, because my makeup appointments were starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it had to last until like 11 p.m. at night, and I wanted to make sure that the products that I used in their faces really would last, and this really, really did. So, with that being said, this is a completely matte finish. It looks beautiful. To me, it doesn't look too dry. Some people, however, prefer a slightly more glowy appearance, in which case you can use the Moist and Dewy on top of that. Anyways, besides that, okay, this was a problem that I ran into. What you're supposed to do is that if you are doing a client who is really fair-skinned and you want to go on to a darker shade, either way, you still need to clean out your airbrush gun really well. So what you do is that between uses, the way I do it is that I put in water in here, put on the compressor and spray it out. Whatever's left in here will come out nicely, and then lay this way into a glass that has water. Don't leave it in there for more than 15 minutes or it can be really, really, really bad for your gun. So make sure that you are timing how long you have it in there. Next, if you are done for the day and you just want to clean your gun, the first most important thing to do is, before letting the makeup that's in there dry, like, it looks like it's a pretty big area, but it's not. You can't get all the way in there and clean it out. There's just no way to do it. So make sure you clean it out with cleaner, the solution. Pour this in here, spray it out just like you were airbrushing somebody's face. Take a napkin, take a towel, whatever, and spray it on here, and hold it back and let all the color come out, and then leave this to soak in the cleaning solution. I thought the cleaning solution wouldn't be as good as it is, but it really, really is. It really cleans it better than water. So when you're doing it and you're done for the day, that's the way to clean it, definitely. But between people, do it with water. It's just fine, because it's just a very small bottle and it's not going to last you that long. And then, okay, the biggest problem that I had when I was doing the pageant is that something got stuck in here. Makeup got stuck in here and it wouldn't come out, and at first I was like, what is going on? Because when I poured water in here, water was spewing out nicely, perfectly, but as soon as I put makeup in there, nothing was coming out. And then I realized that that is because water is thinner than the solution, so water would have come out, and it did. But the way to clean it, which Dinair did not explain to me or did not send me anything explaining that you can do this, is this. One, this little nozzle right here comes out like that. Check in there. It's like a little needle type thing. Make sure that there's nothing stuck around there. Look in on this side. Make sure that there's nothing stuck in there. If there is, just take a needle and poke it through, and you should be just fine. The second thing you can do, this is what I had to do. You unscrew this back area like this, and you will see a needle right here. However, you can't pull it out right now, so unscrew this gold part right here and pull out this needle. Now, what you need to do is you need to attach this in here and put on the compressor. While the compressor is on and running, add the cleaning solution in here and take this needle and poke back and forth, and whatever is stuck, wherever it might be within this whole thing, will shoot right out of here. Sometimes the particles are so tiny that you don't realize anything's stuck in it, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything stuck in that. That's what I felt like today. I was cleaning this out and I couldn't see anything coming out. It just looked like cleaning solution. It didn't look like any makeup or anything, but when I put this back in here and screw this back on, everything was working again. That is just a small tip because I learned that just today, and before that I was willing to return this because I was wondering, why isn't this working? This is horrible. I've used it, like 10 to 15 times and it's already stopped working. What am I going to do? I'm not going to buy a backup if this is so expensive, whatever. And that is the way you clean it. So just a tip, you need to really, really maintain this very well. With that being said, it's a great product. The foundation is just amazing. The colors are great. The payoff is amazing. And it's very light. Like when you put it on your hands and you put it on somebody's face or whatever, it's not that high coverage. It looks a lot better when you do take it out of the airbrush and spew it on the person's face. But what I had to end up doing for the last couple of girls of the pageant, because this got spoiled midway, was that I put this formula on with a brush. That works really well as well. The only difference is that it won't look airbrushed. But it will give you the same lasting qualities that the airbrush would give you if you had used this like an actual airbrush. So, that's about it. Oh, the one more thing that I bought was liquid powder shine eliminator, because it's weird, but though it's a matte finish, I read everywhere that it gives you kind of a shiny finish, and I really didn't want that, so I bought this. But as far as I've seen so far, it really hasn't given you any kind of shiny finish. It looks matte to me, so that was kind of a waste. I wouldn't say buy this because it's worked out just fine. It gives you a shine-free finish, and it really, really lasts. One more thing is that because it's water-based, it really doesn't rub off on your clothes very easily, which is nice if you're doing makeup for an event where the person has to change out of clothes a lot. She won't get it anywhere. It won't ruin her clothes, which is nice. It also, Dinair does not say that it's sweat-proof, but I kind of feel like it is because so far it has not. I mean, the girls at the pageant were rehearsing beforehand. They had dance practice. They were sweating, but nothing really, it didn't take anything off, which was really nice. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.